back at home. Say hello, Mitt. You're in the out the door weather and more. Steve, when I open this door, I need you to run out fairly quickly because it's cold and we can't leave the door open. It's 35 degrees, just about 8 a.m. And boy, is it chaotic. I forgot the hook. Rex up to his leash. Mistake number one. Okay, come on, Steve. Let's go. Let's try and hook Steve. Put you in. And all right, you're staying in. That's it. Steve is not coming out the door. There he is, though. He's in the video. Rex is not tied up, so that's a problem. Be right back. T-Rex is now tied up, so maybe this will work if you can hear me over the wind. What is wind? Oh, you're getting tired of that one. Wind is air moving from high to low pressure. We've got whitecaps this morning. High pressure is moving in from southeastern Canada, and we call it cold air advection. Advection simply means the air is moving, and it's colder air that is moving in right now, and it's a really strong high pressure system getting stronger over southeastern Canada and New England. By this afternoon and evening, it's up to about a 10:32 or so, and the center of the high is going to come right over us. So much less windy with strong high pressure and a real long night tonight. Radiational cooling will take us from the teens and 20s this morning to the single numbers and teens tomorrow morning right here near the shore. I'll probably just be in the upper 20s. This may be the coldest air for some time. There's the ocean effect cloudiness way out there. That is colder air over warmer water creating those snow showers. As this front came in last night, everyone was reporting the gust and squall in Sterling, Massachusetts. Thank you, Gary. He says it was heavy grapple, that styrofoam bouncy precipitation that happens in convective fronts with the wind gusting to 40 miles an hour. That was the front that came through, and believe it or not, it's still snowing where we were waiting all day yesterday at Stowe, Vermont for it to snow. It didn't start until late last night, and it's been snowing steadily this morning, just about an inch and a half since about, 9 o'clock last night, and the skating rink is getting shoveled this morning. Rich Davidson and crew out there. The skating season begins maybe today. But I have to tell you, it is chaos in the weather forecasting department. These incredibly powerful storms are coming across the Pacific Ocean, Canada, and Greenland. I want to do a freeze frame on the real big picture tomorrow night. In the northeast Pacific Ocean, there's a 962 millibar low. That is hurricane force, and it's butting up against, in northwestern Canada, incredibly cold, powerful 1035 high barometer cold. Incredible, ridiculous pressure gradient. And then it's fairly subtle, but over Idaho, there's a 1040 high. Even though it's not really that cold of an air mass, there's going to be an incredible inversion in those valleys in western United States as it tries to warm up there. And then in the Gulf of Mexico, here comes a storm that's going to generate tornadoes today, about a 1,000 millibar low coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, heading for Ontario. But north of that, there's I can't remember the central pressure, but way up over in Hudson Bay, Canada, there's a powerful low that's going to be trying to draw warmer air up into southeastern Canada ahead of our incoming storm. So I know it's all very complicated. So this is for people that really have a lot of time on their hands and are just intrigued by weather being so challenging. So as that storm in Ontario tries to draw warmer air in, we're going to have a second storm developing close to Toronto, and then a third storm developing, third low pressure center developing near New York City, and that ultimately is going to drive heavy precipitation across New England tomorrow night into Wednesday. So I'm not going to be able to give you the fine-tuning details. I'm just showing you real big picture pattern difficulties. If I were to try and give you the close-up of the rain and the snow here tomorrow night and Wednesday, I would probably defer to something like the NAM, such a high-resolution, shorter-range model, And I can show you that with the blue coming in and the green being rain, and with the cold high to your east, it's going to resist warm air, so there'll be overrunning, and that means some warmer air up in the sky, colder air near the ground means some sleet and freezing rain possible. Those are the purple colors and the red colors, and it's moving fairly quickly. It's moving out of southern New England Wednesday morning, and it may linger in Maine. There'll be a net gain of snow, but it's really odd how you have the rain snow line north of Lake Champlain, but you have it south of Millinocket. So Maine, the cold holds better. So that's about as detailed as I can come on that. A few inches of snow in northern New England with that. And then Thanksgiving Day looks so different. Weather forecasting whiplash. Thanksgiving Day now, our low is moving off into the Atlantic Ocean and taking a left up towards Greenland, and we're left with the front that was supposed to bring colder air into New England stalled to our north with the possibility of more shenanigans. Look at the difference between the European, this Thursday afternoon, nothing going on, a front to our north, a front to our south, fast flow aloft, nothing going on. Now here is the NAM for Thanksgiving. A 990 low pressure system, 992 or somewhere in there, over the mid-Atlantic states. A storm going off the mid-Atlantic states Thursday night on the NAM. Nothing on the Euro. Instinct to me, just the voices in my head say it's going to be more active than what the Euro is saying, probably less active than what the NAM is saying. And this is just in the 3 to 5 day forecast. Now let's put the works in motion with the lower 48 into the weekend. A system allegedly missing us off to the south on Saturday? I don't think so. I think it's going to be farther north. So I think there's going to be a threat. And then there's another one coming at us next Monday, Tuesday. Perhaps warm enough for rain? What happened to all that cold I was talking about and possible ice skating? It is chaos in the weather forecasting department. And I'm going to blame the fact that it's now dark at the North Pole and it's so cold around the North Pole. And with the warming planet, the pressure gradients are getting extreme. I will put into motion now that real big picture pattern showing those northeast Pacific storms parading south of Alaska now, and each one of them hurricane force coming into Western Canada. That would try and flood the United States with warmer air. But you have the storms like the one that's going by here, Thanksgiving, going up and merging with that old storm and deepening into the 960s south of Greenland. That's going to try and push colder air into the eastern United States. And we just cannot resolve where and when the cold is going to win out. Logical thinking would say that each storm that goes by is going to bring snow further and further south. And the cold air gradually is going to win out here over the next few weeks. And it looks very wintry for the most part, with just slight, brief, warm intrusions headed into December. We got the waxing beaver moon this weekend, a near full moon for Thanksgiving. It's going to be full this weekend. So we have a full moon coming at us. All this action, not dull. Chaos, weather whiplash in the forecasting department, really exciting. Yesterday, Weir and I drove south, kept waiting for those snow squalls. They missed us, we missed them. And isn't it weird that it's snowing at Stowe this morning after we spent the last 3 days there waiting for something like that? So I'll leave you with a little of our commentary and frustration last evening. And something big is going to happen in Weir's world this week, something very emotional. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to Thanksgiving, a really special, heartwarming story. What is it, T-Rex?
There's Steve. You want to come out now, Steve? He's tied up, so he's going to be all tangled up. And there's Mitt. Can you see Mitt? The ghost of Mitt. With the reflections. There's Mitt. All right. See you tomorrow.
Now Rex wants to go in the door. No doubt Steve wants to come out the door. Watch out for it. Yeah, you're a little late. You're tardy. You have a note from your mom? Obviously, we're still on today. The wind whips the leaves around, and that really excites Steve. With all the wind coming this week, this burning bush, it's the last week for red on our burning bush. All right, let's plug Steve in. Fingers are frozen. This is Steve's anchor. And he's all set now. Gonna start editing. Out the door, weather and more. I'm not sure what kind of berries these are, but I'm sure the birds are gonna love them. They'll ferment for Thanksgiving. Birds get some fermented berries too. 3:30. We've been very patient. Snow showers just failed to materialize here in Mount Mansfield, usually one of the favorite spots. They actually missed us south and north. Gotta go home, start a new week. Not disappointed though. First weekend, happy we came. You're always happy you come. Just getting started. All right, it's time to check out. We gave it our all. What happened to that wintertime instability index?
It's just a little late. It's coming, but it's petering out just to the north. But we'll get something here in about a half hour.
It's not an exact science.
No.
1,500 feet here, leaving Vermont for a while. We'll be back after Thanksgiving.
I think it's 19. I think that's what you're going to hear. And this... John Coon, what are you picking up on the side?
Cat paws, it's slushy Snain, 45 degrees, coming into Hookset rest area. Common man.
Brock Purdy, buying time. Debo Samuel is running the deep 3-meter in cut, and he just keeps going.
That's the moon and the street light, and the first Christmas tree sighting of the season. And we just had a couple of slushy raindrops. Welcome in New Hampshire. Just saw my first Christmas tree, and now here, it's my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth Christmas tree. What's the temperature now?
45 degrees.
45. Snow level's like 300 feet over our head. Oh well, we caught up with one shower. There it is on the radar. Whoop. And the Beaver Moon up there. So we get precipitation.
And another Christmas tree, and another Christmas tree. I'm loving the spirit. Back to Merrimack. Calling it a night, and more and more and more.